I want to be live too.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by the 2017 sold out Baltimore Music Awards. Let your voice be heard at the 2017 BMAs. Polls are now open for this 7th annual red carpet event honoring Baltimore. Log on to BaltimoreMusicAwards.com before December 3rd to cast your votes in all categories. Now that's for the voting. The actual ceremony is December the 5th. BaltimoreMusicAwards.com is where you go. Ladies, how are y'all doing?
All right. How are you?
Good. Wonderful.
I didn't even know there was a Baltimore. I'm out of the loop. I need to get in the loop. But now we will be in the loop.
You're in the loop.
We're in the loop. Because guess what, you all? The ladies of A Side of Shade will be presenting at the Baltimore Music Awards. Yes. Go us. We made it, Mama. We made it. So tonight we are back, you all. So, you know, we have we do this every other week. Which I know every week is too much, but I'm just saying we do miss it.
If our fans,
all right, that's true. If the fans want to sue, then we will
more of us.
That is true. We should think about that.
We have to please our fans.
Yes. So A Side of Shade is back. Hey. I'm Krishna, the dramatic one.
I'm Victoria, the foodie therapist,
and I'm Kristen, the petty artist.
And we are the ladies of A Side of Shade.
Yes.
So, you know, we take a lot of time and thought into what we want to talk about each week. And so with everything that's going on, we always want to go
to the other side.
Right. Like, we don't want to talk about what's really going on in the world because sometimes it's too depressing. So we rather talk about something that's, I don't know, it's kind of fun, kind of, sort of.
And it can be stressful.
It can be stressful. And that is the cost of beauty. And it's funny because Diamond K just asked me, there's a cost. I'm like,
yeah, there's a cost.
Yes, there's a cost. Any lady who's watching right now, they know.
Or man.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And let me not say that, but I'm just talking about the ladies right now, that there is a cost to beauty. And what I realize is that it doesn't start with just the eyebrows and the hair. It doesn't end there with the eyebrows and hair because that's typical. Eyebrows, hair, you know, maybe your lip. But then there is also the additional things. What would be additional? Like, well,
additional things. Like,
because I'm like, you got. There's a list of things that should be done on a regular basis.
There is a list. So it should be mandatory, actually, monthly.
Well, let's first start by saying you are the licensed esthetician and makeup artist, so she is the expert in this field. We just get the services, so you know we don't. That's all we know. But you kind of have an inside look and expertise in this area. And so, what are some of the additional things that women need to do?
So, I mean, okay. Well, let's start with the basics. You already said your eyebrows, which is one of the first steps into the beauty industry that most girls go into. That's around your teen years when you finally like, yes, mommy, you let me wax my brows. Good job. I would put the second thing on that list as your lip.
But see, everybody now. Hold on, I gotta stop you right there because everybody's not down for the lip waxing yet. And it took me a minute to get into it because I didn't really know until someone said, actually, it was a good friend of mine, that hey, you love to wear red lipstick.
Shout out to that good friend.
And actually, she's on.
How did that go?
I'm with a good friend.
Let me just say this, ladies and gents, that any good friend should be able to tell you you're growing a goatee. And so if that is the case, and you love to wear red lipstick or any color lipstick, I should be able to tell you that.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's hair on your lip. Now, some people don't have a full mustache and maybe just a little peach fuzz, I guess is what you consider.
Shadow.
But if you have a full 5 o'clock shadow, there's a problem. Especially if you like to wear bold lips. Because basically all you've done is highlight your mustache.
True.
Like, it literally just said, hey, look at my lipstick and my mustache, because you can't not look at one without the other.
No, but everybody's not into it.
I'm about to say, so why is that the second thing? Because most of us don't even think about that. We usually go to the makeup.
To cover up.
Right, because no one has told you. No one has that good Krishna friend that says, hey,
by the way.
Yeah, take that kick. Yeah, a little bit of that. Just
a smidge. Well, you know what? Because you don't really think about it until you get. And it's funny because, like I said, I like to wear red. So because I wear red, you always even when I got just a smidge, I got to get it off.
And that could be a reason why it's not one of the first mandatory for some people because most people don't start off with red. Red is a
that's
power color.
true.
Red
That's
is a
true. You gotta
bold
build
color.
up.
Like you need to have a certain type of level of confidence to wear red. So if you are intro makeup and you're doing the clear glosses, maybe something real nude and soft, so it's not as noticeable.
Okay.
But as soon as you transition into those bold colors,
But you know what? It's funny because back in the day, I used to start with red lipstick with the Vaseline. Because you know, back in the 80s. I know, but it was the 80s.
It was the 80s.
And I grew up in small town USA, so I didn't know any better. Red with the Vaseline for the shine.
But did you have like a dark liner on as well?
No, I didn't do the dark line.
Okay.
So I had my limits.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad. So now that we got, hold on now. So we got eyebrows.
so you have your brows,
Your
have
lip. Anything
your-
else we should be waxing?
Oh yeah, there's a list.
Oh, she has a list.
The list goes on.
So we're going to be here for a
Your
while.
Right. Well, let's
underarms
just keep
are
it short.
important to wax.
Oh yeah, the underarms. Okay.
Yeah, then you have your legs and arms. And I know a lot of people don't do legs and arms during the colder
But I
winter
think
fall
people do
months.
people wax it. A lot of people waxing their legs. People are we
Yes.
waxing their legs or you just shaving them? Like I just no, they're not. I feel like first of all, it grows back so fast. The wax and the shave.
So
All right, let her speak. 'Cause
the
she
difference
knows.
is the length of time that it lasts. So first of all, if you shave, most people, depending on how fast your hair grows, it'll be back in 2-3 days. Like, because you didn't really take the hair from the root, you literally cut it mid growth, and it's still continuing to grow. So, but if you wax it, you've completely stripped the hair out, completely removed the bulb out of the follicle.
It is
not
painful.
as painful as you would think it
Stop.
is. Actually.
Come on now.
No,
Stop.
leg
Tell the
waxing.
people.
Some other places maybe, but a lot of people don't get as much hair on their legs. And if you do have a lot of hair on your legs, it's not one of those painful spots. That skin is a little tougher. It's exposed a little bit more to the, sun and environment. So it's a little tougher than like your underarm or your Brazilian area that doesn't get a lot of light of day. And then you are usually sweaty or moist in that area. So, it's a little bit more sensitive. Your legs aren't as sensitive.
And it's a smoother finish than shaving.
No, it is. I was like
Shave, you still have that.
But I mean, I think the other
When
thing
you
is that
wax, you feel like silk.
no, you do,
Yeah.
and I must admit. So, what
Amazing.
I guess the
Or the
real
cream.
question is though,
Waxing
Kristen,
cream.
right? But the real question is when you're like all of these things. I'm saying all of these things have a cost to them.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not something that you don't take lightly. I mean, it's in your budget. I mean, your nails. I mean, don't even get me started about nails. Oh, someone has a question.
About the wax.
Oh yeah, how long should your hair grow out?
So
Before it
if you
gets
are
waxed.
any place that you want to wax on your body, it has to be at least long enough to pinch. And that's even for your eyebrows. Most people will, if you can feel your eyebrows and kind of pinch that new growth, you can wax it comfortably without having to worry about breaking the skin or taking the hair out mid-growth, like kind of breaking the growth, which can cause ingrown hairs. But yes, it should be long enough to pinch.
Okay. And so then, we're saying there's a cost to all of this, and I think all the three of us, I mean, especially this one here, like she put us on to the whole like
Right.
what you need to do at
Right.
any given time, like this needs to
Right.
be in your regimen. And so I was just saying, to me, when I thought about this topic, I'm like, think about all the money that goes into not just that, because that's just like summer stuff, but then you got things like enhancements, and then you got things that maybe not a monthly thing, but something that you do in addition to.
Right.
The cost of buying makeup and having all whatever colors you want in it.
Yes.
I mean, it's a huge industry. And so I found out, you all, that the enhancement industry is like a $10 billion industry, right? And so I was thinking to myself, like, people are spending mad money. I mean, everybody told me they don't have no money, but apparently
Right.
people got money to spend on beauty,
Right.
And so,
Especially in today's society.
exactly.
Everything is social media. This selfie. This you never know
Everyone's
when
a
you go
model.
accidentally
Yeah.
be in somebody's selfie or picture. Like you gotta
Everyone's
be on
a
the
But
model.
no, but and
Everyone's
think
a
about
model.
just think about when we come here. Like before you all, like we wasn't even thinking about it. Like I mean, this one, yeah, because she can't always be like, I don't care
Right.
what's going on.
Right.
I asked her one day that time she was sick. She was sick, and she came with a full face. And I said, I thought you were sick. She was
Right.
like, I don't. Yeah,
There's
man.
no excuse.
Like
I understand.
literally, like there's no
Right.
excuse for not to have a beat. But but this is her business, her
Right.
brand, so I get it. You know what I mean? But for us, we just kind of like out here.
Show up.
I mean, we just show up. But so even with that, being in front of the camera or just so happen, like you
It's a
say,
new
you just
standard.
be in somebody's picture.
Yeah.
We just standing right here, somebody taking a picture, and you like, well, oh, hold on,
Let me
you
get
gotta
my lip.
get everything in order.
And you don't know who's friends of friends, so somebody
Yeah.
might see
Then
it
they
that
tag you, right?
Yeah.
But where I was trying to go with the conversation is just thinking about the cost to beauty, but then also what is it for? Like, why do we do? I understand the waxing and all of those things, but why are the other things so important? Why are people doing so much of the enhancements and all of that? Now, look, I'm here for a flat stomach. I want a flat stomach.
Yes,
I want a flat stomach, but at what cost do I want it? Because so we can go with the eating right and all that. There is that. There is that.
And then working out.
And so there's that. But I want a flat stomach now. How does that work?
So there's the literal cost. Then there's like the figurative cost of like, how much am I actually willing to invest time-wise? And then like just going through all of if I'm getting an enhancement, what do I have to go through to deal with all that comes with that? You know what I mean? So like it's two different.
You mean all that comes with once you get the enhancement, or going
everything?
Yeah,
the pain, even just getting waxed and stuff. Like how many of us we had to sit? Because I had gotten waxed years ago, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. Like what? Like I'm laying there being like, why?
Right? Why?
As the one tear is streaming
it was
down.
Literally one tear.
Why?
And when she does my lip, I'm telling you, I'm literally in. Like it hurts, and she was like, I know it's gonna be okay. Like I tell myself that at some point the pain will be over, but in this moment, like I dread going there, but I have to go. Like it's a must. Right. So, and that's what I'm saying. So the things we put ourselves through in order to be beautiful, but to me, those things are like not everybody will see what you look like wax underneath. I mean, but I'm just saying, right? There's
what you do.
True.
But we do it for us,
and that's my point.
Or are you doing it for IG?
Right. I mean, the waxing part, like, let's hope you're doing it for you.
Right.
You should be.
Right. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, but then there's other things. Like, I feel like with social media, it makes you feel like you have to be always on 100. Like, you have to be together.
Well, even
there's
reality shows.
Right.
When you look at reality shows and you see, you're like, are people really walking around like this all the time?
Like, let's meet up for lunch, and they come into lunch like,
yes. And I'm
full,
just
nails, everything.
And that's the part I don't understand. Like, can you? But I'm saying, when can you just be? And I feel like you just can't
in the privacy of your home.
That's it. And even then, hold on,
with the blanket.
I gotta stop you because you can't even be there in your privacy of your home because I have my 20-year-old is constantly monitoring Butch on Snapchat. It's constant. Like I'm just laying in the bed with my rope. No. I gotta stop you. Chris, no, there's no filter. I mean, there's a filter, but she don't want me to be in the filter. Okay. She wants the full me in the rollers, and every 5 seconds she like, "Ma, look," and I'm, you just sitting there doing you, "Ma, look."
Yeah, look at me. My friend.
And I look over there, and she got me on Snapchat.
You just trying to watch
I'm just trying to watch Iyanla.
Like, look at my mother sitting over there in the corner trying to
and that's what
she's real into Judy. She knows she ain't really.
Hold on, and that's the problem. Then it's a whole monologue behind me sitting in the bed with my roller. Look at her sitting right there. Don't she think she cute? Mom, look at like then she got. You can ask Pat. Pat like, don't put me on it. My husband said, don't put me on it. Don't play. Like it gets real in the house. Like we in the bed under the covers.
Gotta be ready.
So that's what I'm saying. Even if I gotta be ready, I gotta be beat face in the bed because I don't know when my daughter gonna put me on Snapchat. Like it's just gone. Like what I'm saying is social media is just gone too far. It's too far, and I gotta stop it.
There's no privacy anymore.
I'm like, well, so there's no time for just being because every 5 seconds I can just be walking around my house with no shoes on and my old T-shirt on, and I make sure you might have something hanging out.
Don't let a nail chip because she's gonna zoom in.
Oh, right. Now hold on.
Right, because let's talk
about the nails chip.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
because that changed everything for our village because of the nail situation. Okay,
let's talk about it.
Like you cannot. Like I don't
even feel like the makeup was as bad.
It wasn't. It wasn't
on her part.
It was not.
Well, I mean, everyone.
Like we're afraid to leave our home without making sure that our nails.
Give you 2 more weeks, she gonna run up on you. Trust me.
I'm just saying. So
we will hide our hands
as well as you should.
Because if we have a chip, or you know how you get the gel and sometimes you peel it off because it's like it's already starting to leave, and you just be watching TV and you peel it off.
No. Why should you be peeling your nails off?
Because
the first step is once you see a chip, you make an appointment.
But there's a cost. It's not in my budget to go that quickly.
So then you need to leave it be.
Get the nails done ever.
I'm saying leave it.
It needs to be a special budget.
Well, that's what I'm saying about the nails. Hear me out here, Facebook world.
Because there's a policy. There's a nail policy.
When you have your nail, okay. If you decide to just do a regular manicure, I don't know why, but okay. If you decide to do a regular manicure and you get regular polish, it's going to chip
within like 3 days.
You have to get it done like weekly. So if you got that kind of money, by all means.
That's why I don't do that.
If not, then you go with the gel. You go with the gel because that's going to last longer. Now, if for whatever reason your gel is chipping, I mean, let's first, and maybe you should seek out a doctor, because I don't know why your gel will be chipping so soon for 2 weeks.
It's not done properly.
Hold on, sis. I get that, but then I gotta say this. Then you need to find another person.
Before you go to the doctor, I'm gonna need you to find another person, and then
let's start there. But I'm just saying, maybe there's a. What I'm saying is, if you're either have it all the way on or have it off. This shouldn't be a half a situation. I just don't get it. Same thing with your toes. Now, granted, it's cold outside. Toes shouldn't be out. Fine. Now, if you got a peep toe on, at least have the first 2 toenails polished.
You would die. Hush your mouth. I can't believe you're gonna sit here live on Facebook.
I'm just saying, I'm just giving people an out. If they need an out,
if those are going to show,
if you're going,
then you better not be one of them girls that take your shoes off at the party. Because if you take your shoes off and she see only 2 or 3 toenails, she ain't your friend no more. You have been officially disowned.
You're gonna get.
I'm so serious.
It's not a game.
The point is that listen to what I'm saying, Dom. If you have somebody out here, say you're seeing somebody, right? Okay. And what I'm saying is because people do a lot with their hands, that's important. If you with a woman and you constantly, every time you see her nails are chipped,
that's not good. That's not good.
I'm just saying. So what I'm saying is keep some acetone, some nail polish remover to take it all the way off. Now, if you have on gel,
so they're saying something about hand sanitizer due to alcohol base. I don't know what that means exactly. What does that mean?
It's taking its remover to take it off.
Okay.
So there is.
So you mean either have the nail polish all the way off, or
all the way.
I mean,
so what takes it? Like, what causes the chip? What causes the chip fingernail polish?
Next time some woman fusses at you like this,
and
her nails aren't done, you want to shut her down and shut her up.
What'd you say?
Like, hey, wait,
your nails done? Are your nails
like
that? Would shut it
off. You can walk away.
But what causes that? Like, is that from like washing dishes, or
first of all, when you get your nails done,
shower or something?
You shouldn't be washing dishes.
Like, what is it? What causes it? What causes the chip?
Because you're just doing things. You know how much I might knock up against the door.
It can be anything.
It could be typing.
My husband don't ask me to cook.
Right. See what I'm saying? The lady said, "Don't ask me to cook."
Yeah, like you should sit.
When you first get your, let me tell y'all something. This is how bad it was, and my husband can attest. He probably done checked out. He's like, I can't with y'all.
As you started, right?
But but when I used to do my own nails, because I was a manicurist, so it's important to me. But when I first started, but when I used to do my nails myself all the time, my husband knows, like, I paint my nails at night, because if I got a chip, I got to do them over. So I do my
all of them.
All of them. Yes. Because then if you just do one, anyway, it's not the same. It got to be the same shine, same. But anyway, that's the end of it. There's levels to it. So I have my hands out like this, and my feet, because I do both, because you got to have the same polish. I do both, and then I'm like, can you put the covers over me? He be like, yo. So he has to put the covers just over this part, so my hands and my feet are out. I know it's bad, but this is my thing. It's no different than her.
I feel for him.
I know.
Crazy.
Don't do that.
It's crazy.
He love me.
I know. Clearly.
Yeah. But that's why you can go to more upscale nail salons where there's a space for after you get your nails done, you can sit and lounge and
wait for it to be. But see, if you got the gel, but if you get the gel, it's done.
The game. Right. That's the thing.
So that's always saying that. And again, back to the issue in hand here, the cost of it all. It's not cheap, you know, for the average person. Like, and it has to be a budget line. It is $60 a pop.
$60 a pop.
Yeah, some of us, that's just your nails.
Right, because you have acrylic and you get the gel, and she get the designs and all that. So again, it's a cost to that. So then you have things like, okay, so now we went through that. So then you got the makeup. Oh, so then you want to look fancy, right? You got to have the makeup. We got because of her. We all got to come. Because now when I look at old pictures, I'm like, what was I doing? It was not cute.
Right. I literally
not living right. That's
right. And that's why I kind of do the day. And I was like, I want to look just like I looked in this picture from a year ago. I want you telling me. I was like, I want to look like this.
Right.
What do I need to buy? What did you do
to look like that?
$40 later.
Right.
For highlighter,
right,
to try to achieve that look in that picture,
right?
Which I would have never done.
You wouldn't have thought about it. And now you want, so
now I want to look like
so
that.
we come in, so we saying we gonna do, so even for today, we said we gonna do our face, right? I'm in my office trying to get my face together. You getting your face, and I'm saying, girl, you look good. Here, this one come in with the wings and the highlighter, and I'm just looking like, well,
what are wings?
The wing, this right here on the
Red Bull.
Huh?
Red Bull.
No,
Red Bull doesn't give you these ones.
Okay.
no,
what are
highlighter.
But
that's what those are called. Oh,
yeah. You always wanted to know what those are called.
Yeah, I called it with the little.
Yeah, with the little.
Yeah, I got the little.
with the little. Right.
But it's about the product.
It's about the product. You have to have a good product, and so she'll tell us like, "This is what you need." But all of these things, again, there's cost to this. Like I wanted to be on the Fenty bandwagon with Rihanna. You know, she got a new line of makeup out.
Yeah, looks nice.
But when I was going through the line items and saying it's $34, it's $34. But
Fenty has changed the game for everybody. Not even just the average person who can buy her makeup, but even these major makeup companies. Like,
have to step it up.
Yeah,
if you didn't love
it is.
I mean, it's about time. Because there were only really 2 brands that I would get for foundation. I would do Makeup Forever and MAC.
See, I haven't tried them, but I would do MAC.
Makeup Forever and MAC. HD.
And those are over $20.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a cost
average about 34.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So all of these, the cost of all of this stuff. And so what I'm saying is that even in that, again, another item on the budget that you have to account for, because that stuff don't last forever.
That's right.
Even though it say makeup, it don't last forever. Right. So then you have
eyebrow pencil.
All right. So then so we went waxing, makeup, skincare.
Oh, so now that's where
I fall short. And I'm just like,
hard.
I don't want to. I know. I'm gonna let the sisters start rap. I get it. All I'm saying is, and it's because of you that now I recognize how I know black don't crack, but if you do crack, that's something different. Right. But my point is that we still have to take care of our faces.
Absolutely.
So you recommend some certain products that we should be using for different skin type and all that. So can you just kind of give?
So with my business, I use Dermalogica, but I'm not 100% Dermalogica. Like I've used other makeup and other skincare brands that are really good, but it depends on what your specific skin type is. What are you sensitive to? What are you trying to correct? So although black doesn't crack, sometimes it wrinkles just a smidge, or it gets a little dark around the eye, a little heavy darkness in the cheek. We get a little dry. Sometimes we get extremely oily. So it may not crack, but there's other levels to your skin.
Levels to correct. Can I ask a question? Since you're talking about this, so I don't know, because I don't know the answer to this. So I was dating this woman who was a heavy makeup wearer. Is that surprising? She wore makeup like a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Mm-hmm.
I said, is that surprising?
No. Surprising that you would date somebody? Surprising
that we need clarity.
So, but my thing is that to this day, and we dated seriously, I've never seen her without makeup on.
Yeah,
so I mean, like even like we would get in bed, like
makeup is still on.
So she would have it on, and then I would sleep, but so she would wake up and remove it. But she will always put it back on before I've never seen her without makeup ever.
What time was she getting?
I don't know.
That's the cost.
I don't know.
That's your alarm. That's part of the cost.
Their makeup on is like a lie. I feel like, don't you know how they say what is it? Omission of the truth is a lie. It's a lie. If I ain't never seen you in your full truth,
right?
It's a lie.
I know I love you when you see me without brows.
Right.
If
that's when I know that far gone in a relationship, because you said y'all dated pretty seriously.
Like how serious?
Why would you not
like past 6 months?
Yeah, definitely.
Past a year?
Past a year? And you never
2 years. 2 years. 2 years.
No.
I never did.
You never said,
you can see her naked.
I definitely seen her naked. I never seen her without makeup on. No.
You can see her naked, but you can't see her with no makeup on. That doesn't make you nervous.
She always said she was uncomfortable with, you know what I mean, like with that. Yeah.
I feel bad now. Do you? Okay. It's weird.
For me, you feel bad for me, right? For her.
I feel bad for her because.
So that's a self-esteem. That was a self-esteem thing.
Well, no, because I think that the other thing about, to me, what is a misconception, because then there's this whole thing about being natural. You know, like, and what does that mean to be natural? You know, is it just natural hair? But you wear make like I'm totally natural. I don't wear makeup. I don't need nothing. That's just me. That's not and I'm and it's not really like it's okay. I think it's to be his own. What to be natural?
It's okay, but it's not necessary.
But I'm just saying,
but be that natural. We get it.
But Kristen, you know, people take pride in the fact that they don't wear makeup. Like, I don't have to wear makeup. But you should. I get it.
It's always those. It's never the people that's like, wow, because you have absolutely gorgeous, flawless skin. Like, you just look amazing. Look at your glow. Like, you take care of your skin. Your skincare regimen must be like the best. It's always the one that's like the cystic acne and the other facial issues.
Where you say you don't wear makeup, but you should.
Concealer might be your friend. That's all I'm saying.
No, but is it a good skincare regimen?
I mean,
maybe
that's
part
what I was
of
ready to say. When I've done a skincare, so back to the skincare piece, I love good skincare.
Yeah.
Like, I love a facial. I love a good moisturizer, all that kind of stuff. Because when I've done a good scrub, like a little microdermabrasion, whatever, I would prefer not to wear makeup because I'm glowing.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Skin looks
and
good. You have beautiful skin too, though.
Yeah.
You do.
I invest. That's the cost.
Right. It is.
I mean, part of it is genetic, but I also learned years ago because I had a lot of congestion. Right now, I learned years ago that like what you use to clean your skin really makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Right. Because I mean, for some folks, they can just use regular old soap and water.
This ain't nothing about them.
Some people can do that.
Like, if that works for you, and you. So I tell my clients that all the time. I ask them, first of all, what is your daily skin regimen?
Right.
If you don't have issues that causes you to purchase a $300 skincare regimen, I'm not selling you a $300 skincare regimen.
Right.
If you honestly have been using Noxzema your entire life, and I'm not for the Noxzema, but if you honestly have no reactions to it, it does not bother you, you have tough skin, it's nice and clear, it's not congested. Then because I get concerned pretty about tough if you use a Noxzema.
Well,
Noxzema was big back in the day.
No, it was.
My dad used to use that. He had super soft skin.
But see, I would also probably argue that probably some of that stuff didn't have as much stuff as it has in it now. That's probably why his skin looked so good, and your dad ate well too. I think, right? So
and he was Caribbean.
See, it's all those things. But I'm just wondering if, like you're saying with the skincare, once you learn that, I think that then you try it out to see what worked, but that was a cost.
Right. And what changed my life? The Clarisonic. Clarisonic.
Can you tell the people what the Clarisonic is?
So it's this brush that you use, and there's a cost because I've seen it on Oprah's Favorite Things many years ago.
That's right? Cheap. How much is like $100? Right?
I don't know if it's
probably
still that much. I know
now.
when it originally came out, it was
originally it was like close to $2.
Yeah, it was,
but now it's down.
Okay.
Now it's down because then there was like a bunch of knockoffs or whatever. But I had watched this thing for years. It was originally on Oprah's Favorite Things years ago, and I was like, wow, I was like, that really. And so eventually I waited. Thanks to QVC, they had it on Easy Pay. So I was able to purchase it on QVC.
Yes, QVC.
But it really changed my life because it was just, it's like a brush.
Right.
And you just push the button and it times it for you, and you just go, and it really cleans your skin, just like the electric toothbrushes.
Right.
It's just like that, but it's for your skin.
Right.
And it made a big difference. It made a big difference because, like I said, I used to get a lot of the congestion in my pores and stuff, and it really cleans down in the pores. It was a game changer.
Yeah. You know what was another game changer? Sephora. I love me some Sephora.
Yeah, I don't know.
No bad
don't get me started about
ever comes out about Sephora.
No,
but Sephora, the fact that they give you samples.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm here for the samples.
Good skincare.
So can somebody please sell it to Ulta? Because here's what my issue is. Why every time I go into this store, I'm serious. I gotta say this, y'all. I go into Ulta. Now, everything in here nothing in here is cheap. Maybe the NYX, maybe the regular stuff.
Which they never really had fully stocked.
No, it's never stocked. Let's start there. Then you go in there and I say, hey, I want to use my points. Well, the list of where the points can be used is like a 40-page manual. And I'm saying, ma'am, what am I going to use my points for? Well, she's talking, and then she talk about shade. She tried to come for me. And this is where I say, you know what? You'll never see me. And now I don't know. It's only me. I only buy one thing out of there every so often. So it don't matter.
She ain't got no damn points.
She said, so I go in and she said, let me see if you got some points. And she said, you ain't got no points. She didn't say damn points, but she should have. She said, you ain't got no points. I said, that's kind of sharp here. She said, well, that's why. I said, yo. I said, okay, you got me. Good one. But you won't see me back in here again. And I walked out. So then I go to Facebook. And I'm saying, look, what's up? But I'm just saying, like, something like, but when you go on, and
but how are you gonna get points if you
hold
don't
on,
shop
wait a minute, all right, you got me. I admit it, I don't shop there. But here's but still the point. The fact
what's the point?
The people have points. And I'm advocating for the people who got the points.
Okay,
And the people who got the points.
I see.
I'm telling you, there's a list that's saying you can't. It's like when you go to Macy's and got a coupon and you can't buy Nike, Timberland. Like the
She said, ma'am, you don't even qualify for the complaint section.
No.
Like,
This
Like,
I
you
said,
literally don't shop here, so you don't have a say. Sorry.
y'all done? Because then I got this. So then the other point I was making to the ladies, y'all have no samples. So the ladies say, no, we don't. And that's what I'm saying. Again, this is why I have no points.
We only give
and why I
samples
don't
to
shop.
people who have points.
That's basically what she was saying. So I said, you know what? I'm done
he
here.
said
This
just
is the
samples in
last.
the mail, but you have no point.
Then I tried. Hold on, don't do that. Then I tried to
don't
make
shop
my.
here.
I tried to make my dramatic exit,
Oh, Lord.
which was an epic fail because I then realized that they were the only store that was open, but I needed.
So you had to go back?
So I had to go back in there. And then when I get to the counter and I say, put my stuff on the thing, and she was like,
Lucky.
oh, should I add this to your points? I
Please find this sales lady. I love her already.
say,
Please.
so she got me. So I had to buy it, and now I have
2 points.
points for my next
She got
purchase.
10 points.
But I'm not
Now
going
she can
there.
buy one of those deluxe samples that they have at the front. You could buy one of those.
You through?
Yeah, you can take things back.
That's nasty.
But I don't care about using it and taking it back. I'm saying, why
is
is
it like a store
the
credit?
Why do they not have
Is it like a store
no?
credit?
You can get your refund. You can.
Yeah.
So what are they doing with these?
They throw it away. That's what they say. I bet they using it. I'm just saying. I don't know. But anyway, so like I mean, so I was saying about Ulta because your point with Sephora is that when
Hold
you
on,
go
because if you ever been into the MAC store,
there,
they will. Though I've seen
they reuse that stuff.
I've seen those girls. Matter of fact, let's not even go to the MAC store. I used to work one season for Christmas at
Don't say
Bath and Body Works.
when was this?
This is right after high school.
Okay,
Right after high school.
because I was gonna say
And I'm gonna
what?
tell you how long ago this was because they used to sell NARS makeup in Bath and Body Works.
Oh, that's a
So
long
it was a
Back in the
few years
80s?
ago. I did. It was I wasn't born into the end of that.
Okay.
Sorry. But yeah, if girls would literally come and not wipe stuff off and just instantly put it on their lips. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of those people are like, oh, it's a real good color, girl. Still half of this left.
Ooh, really?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
People nasty. People are nasty.
They are nasty. Okay, so anyway, so back to you, but that's what I was saying about your point about Sephora. That's why I like them.
So yeah,
Because
Sephora
you can
gives you
get
samples, and I recommend people to
samples.
do that too. Like, get a sample of a product and love it before you invest all that money in it. Because there's
Right.
an oil control serum that I love, but it was $70-something.
Hey, Mom.
No, for one, and the tube is like this small.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that is a beauty.
$70-something.
That
It
is
is
the beauty of
70.
Sephora.
Yo,
That
it's-
is the
it's-
beauty of Sephora is that you can
and-
definitely try things out before you commit.
And that's the thing. It's like, and I just think that that's just a courtesy. And
And you
that, to me, that
get
brings
gifts, you
me
get gifts on your birthday.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
And like
gifts.
good stuff.
Good
Right.
gifts, yeah.
So we recommend. I'm saying Sephora over Ulta. Now I don't want to.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not.
that's true. I would say that too.
That's all I'm saying.
But
So
Ulta's like the nice
Sephora's
backup
good
when
to
you
me.
can't make it to Sephora. But
Right.
Sephora is number one.
Or if you know
Yeah,
it's a
or for,
specific
like,
product
NYX.
that you want that may be out at Sephora, then you might want to try.
Because Sephora doesn't have NYX. Do they?
no, I've never seen
they
NYX
have-
in there.
I've
No,
never seen NYX
NYX
in
no.
Sephora.
So now, okay, so now we got makeup, skincare. Okay, so now I wanted to talk about enhancements.
Oh Lord.
I'm just saying, like, this is big though. You know, I think that not everyone, but I mean, a lot of people are experimenting with getting enhancements, whether it be, you know, I don't know what, I guess lip, but
Everything.
everything, like everything.
You
And
don't
so,
even have to. Remember when they used to tell you all you gotta do is be black and dye black? You don't even gotta do that no more.
No.
Like, there's no limits.
So, but
eye color, skin color,
You can do
that's true.
hair,
anything.
teeth, like
anything
Everything can be
you
changed.
have can be changed. And so there was always this whole thing about, you know, where you don't have to, like, the whole thing about your grandmother, your mother would tell you beautiful just the way you are, no need to change anything. And so now women, especially for black, because it's always been popular in the white community,
Yeah.
but now in the black community it's big. It's like people are serious about this. Like, you go places like Atlanta and all that, like, people, it's a big time.
Yeah.
And so now there's no limits. People are even, and you know, especially with
enhance
the-
your-
you can
your
enhance
vagina.
everything. Yeah, I heard about
Your
that.
vagina
Like, what? Tell me what the purpose of that is.
I don't
I mean,
know.
outside of the bee sting.
I think you can tighten
it's
vagina-
skin, and
vagina-
it's
yeah,
muscles
vaginal
like anything else.
rejuvenation.
It's vaginal rejuvenation.
Oh.
It's tightening
You
it
can
back
tighten
up,
it.
making it look.
But I thought that's what the bee sting does.
No, boo, that don't. No,
Don't do that.
no,
All right.
no.
So the steam is what?
What does the steam do?
So what I understand it is, because I've never had the steam, but I think it's more of like a detox. I know some people say it's really good with, if you're having trouble getting pregnant, that for some, I don't know, in
like
some way it helps with that
kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Like, it helps with orgasms and things like that. So if you ever had an issue,
you had it done. How
not
was
having one, or
she had one?
Yeah, I heard it.
Interesting.
So it didn't really like tighten up anything, but
I don't think that's what it's for.
Oh, okay.
Did you just feel super clean?
Makes you sweat.
Right.
Okay, and you felt clean and all. But so you're saying
But
that
I also heard that one of my clients that got it done, who gets waxed with me regularly, she invested, like, I have to try this out. She was like, it also gives you one of the best orgasms you've ever had in your life. And if she had friends who has not had them and got bee steams and had intercourse afterwards and was like, I've never had an orgasm, but my first one was after getting a bee sting.
After?
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh. Look at this one trying to like I can't understand.
Listen, like I said, I've never had it done, but
it probably softened up your
interesting
something.
I don't know.
Oh, we done sold people on it enhancement. But then you got that butt enhancement and all. Now, have you ever wanted to get any enhancements?
Yes.
What enhancement did you want to get?
A breast lift.
A breast lift. What about you?
Yeah, that was mine too. That's my number one.
I didn't want a flat stomach.
I mean, well, yeah, I want a flat stomach too, but
I didn't really want an enhancement. It's just more so I wanted a flat stomach.
I just never wanted to look down and see my stomach without some of my boobs.
Right.
True.
But if I had to choose between the two, because I would want a flat stomach too, but if I had to choose between the two, I would do the breast lift because I feel like I could work hard enough to get my stomach to where I would really want it to go. Like
how hard would you have? That's what I'm saying. Like it just.
But like I don't need to have a 6-pack, whatever. I just want to look.
I don't need that. No, I don't need a 6-pack. We already discussed that.
I just want the one stomach because we
have
the whole two.
See, it's the double stomach is where it goes awry.
Right. I'm just striving for the one stomach.
So it's just one stomach.
Just a little pooch.
Right.
And I'm good. Just a little.
Because then you just want to be able to pull your pants up and put a belt on and you good without it being like a whole situation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not out here trying to be a model.
Or crop top, right? So I want to be able to wear.
Let me tell you something.
This extra little.
Yo, if I can get into a crop top, you already know.
I know that's all
year round, yo. I'm wearing crop tops,
crop sweaters,
straight up
all time.
I'm gonna be going to work like they be like, excuse me, not appropriate. It is though. Right, in a board meeting. But excuse me, look, excuse me. Right. Yeah. No, but I think that was probably the main thing that I wanted to get was I had, a flat stomach. But then I thought about, then I saw something where somebody can make themselves taller.
You doing?
I know. I'm being honest.
That's not true.
Okay, you want me to say what I saw that? It was on the Barbara Walter special. And it said that they break. What
do they do? They gotta break
something exactly
and build you back up. So you're a transformer.
Wow.
You're a transformer.
No, listen. But my point is that anything is just too much. At some point, you gotta draw the line. Like, why do you need to be taller?
She said, "You're a transformer." Because they break themselves down and then they come back.
But wait a minute.
Wait a next to you when your joints start moving like.
Hold on. And then wait a minute, and then I ain't even let y'all got please if y'all have not seen this, y'all have to.
If you can get your eyeballs.
Hold on. No, I gotta tell them this. You have to check out the Barbara Walters special. It's not funny. The dude wanted to be taller. And so
it's not funny. That's the problem.
When he was doing the interview, the man said, he said, "Let me show you how to move my leg."
See, look.
He twisted his leg and said, "It was like a transformer. I didn't think about it."
That is absolutely disgusting.
It's disgusting. Okay, so fine. So maybe you don't want to be taller, but what I'm saying is that people are going through any lengths.
Yes, literally. Boom, boom. And going to a whole nother continent to get their eyeballs. Come on.
Like I don't know about the eyeballs. Like what happened? Do people have contacts? They don't do that no more. The colored contacts.
They do. I mean, they do, but
I'm just saying, why can't we do that? I thought that was not enough. That's not enough.
But it's an investment still, like anything else.
But I'm just saying, I just like with somebody. And first of all, I don't want you coming in with contacts before you did. Like it's just weird.
But that was like the big thing,
like
right? That was a big
thing. You always had green eyes,
like, but next thing you come in like.
No, but you know what? But now it's just like your hair. No, it's just like your hair.
So let's talk about hair. Because that's a whole
nother thing.
That's a whole
That's an episode in itself.
It is, but let's touch on it.
We gotta talk about hair
because that level of expense for hair,
Listen,
it's on a whole nother level. But it's something that people do. Like some of those other things, people would just be like, I'll do it, I might not do it. But for your hair, you got it.
Critical.
So let me ask both of y'all a question. When it comes to your hair, what is the most you spent on getting your hair, whether it's maintenance, whatever it is? What's the most you spent?
Honestly, only like 200 and something, and that was because I was getting a full color.
Okay. What about you?
how much are braids? So about 200.
Yeah,
probably.
I think that's the most I probably spent on hair. It's probably a braid style.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I'm just like it's hard for me to.
Right, and so for me, with my locks, I go to a really good salon. Shout out to Lock Love in DC on Capitol Hill. They recently featured in Essence magazine. Sally is my stylist. And to me, it's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But they also teach you sort of how to maintain it in between.
Mm-hmm.
So he will encourage you to do it yourself for a while so that you don't necessarily have to come every 2 weeks, everything. Because like there have been people in the salon where he'll literally just be like, look, we're like, why are you here every 2 weeks?
Right.
Like you should know how to do this on your own.
Right.
So I'll go really like once a month for maintenance. But when I go, I know I'm getting a full 20-minute wash where I'm gonna, massage the scalp. Shout out to Billy and the other assistants. They give you a really good massage. Like they use, really good quality products. I feel like I'm a part of a family there.
Right.
So like to me, that's part of the cost too.
Right.
Is that like I've been going to Sally for almost 10 years.
Right.
So I don't
even think about it.
It's not an issue. Right. It's just a matter of I put it in my budget. I got to make sure, what I'm going to do because I know how much it's just like with the nails. Like if it's going to be 60, if I know it's going to be 120, because that's sort of the standard for whatever. Like I just make sure that I can afford it, even if it's not once a month.
Right.
Like maybe I do it myself 1 month and have him do it the other month. But it is what it is.
And it's one of those, again, like you're saying, you put it into the budget. But it's like for some, like I know, so that's just, we have pretty much natural hair now. I done been through phases of my hair. So, but braids and all this in there. But if you think about it for this one, don't do that about okay, let's talk about it. So anybody who knows, are you getting, sip some juice? I'm just saying, anybody who knows me knows how I am. Again, they know my nails and my hair. And I do go through changes with my hair because I don't like to keep the same style all the time. So I do like to switch it up. But for me, it's not enough to just get a wig. That's just not my thing. A wig and put it on and then go. I'm not that kind of person. For me, that's not me. But I do like to actually change, cut my hair, put a perm in it, take the perm out. But what happens is through this journey that I go on, I like to take my friends along with me. And that's where it gets a little dicey because they're not really here for my changes and what should I do? What should I do? Not do that.
We just want you to make a decision
and stick with it for at least 6 months.
How do we feel about faux locks?
I love them.
She loves faux locks.
I can't wait for my hair so I can get a faux lock.
Yeah, you find it, and it's pricey, right?
They are. No, I'm talking
they're like $300.
Yeah, but I want the lock extensions too, like the ones that are with the human hair that you can literally keep forever and grow out with forever. No. There are some people who do them and it is flawless.
And how much is it though?
Oh, they're expensive. They're like almost $1,000. But
I don't mind the faux locks. I just sometimes when I see them, they look too shiny.
That's fresh ones.
And I'm just like,
that's one of those.
You can tell that they're faux locks.
Your pink hair.
Thank you.
Yes, I don't like them when they're shiny because then I know I'm like, okay, you're just trying to have locks.
See, you have locks, so I wonder if do you feel some sort of way about the faux locks?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yes, I feel some way about faux locks.
Because when they're shiny, I'm like, that's
not locked.
That's not locked.
It's supposed to look.
That's right, but that's what I'm saying. If you want them to,
it's just, so you like when Megan Good was wearing hers. I don't know if she still is.
Hers was nice.
Hers were whatever hair she was using didn't have that shiny.
I don't understand the shiny part. So
the faux locks
are synthetic.
It's the top.
Oh, so that's what that means. Yeah. So real locks are matte, and shiny locks are fake.
Shiny. See, this natural hair doesn't generally have that kind of shine.
Okay,
like when they put a product in it or whatever.
Right.
It's generally
and it's not that shiny.
So do you you into that kind of stuff? So you would know just normally because you into
you look at the root.
Oh,
that's a good question for you.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I really do. I've been thinking. So I was having a conversation with my sister the other day about men and women who wear bad makeup. So when I see bad makeup, it literally like
it does something
to my soul. Like it just, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Even for the average woman who sees like, oh, babe,
we have thoughts about that. We have thoughts about this. Yeah.
How do you tell me when you see
from a man's
bad makeup? From like, just tell me what goes through your mind.
There's a couple of things. This is bad though. Okay, so the first thing is that she's low budget or she's cheap.
See,
and then we think, oh, this is gonna be real easy.
Ooh. If she got bad makeup on?
Yeah, because we like, yeah. We like this ain't just like, you know,
really?
Yeah, because the makeup.
What makes it?
No, it's worse than she can't afford. Is that she doesn't know any better. I look at her like she doesn't know any better, or she's just getting started. Either way, you know what I mean. This is an easy night. Yeah, this is an easy night.
Wow.
You might even put your friends on. You never know.
Look, my brother just said no lie.
Shout out to him. Telling you.
I didn't think. I never thought that.
That when I see men, especially if I'm going into like a nice restaurant and y'all all dressed up and cute, and it's a woman sitting across from you who look like she literally dug in her Crayola box,
and you saying, then what about
you? Think you
and you can definitely tell like she did that herself, and she didn't really.
What if she's full beat?
Right. So is that okay for you? Like if she
now it's getting confusing. So if it's full beat, that's good, right?
That's good. That's
yeah. So full beat. Right. If it's full beat, I don't think we use that word. Right. I'd never heard it till recently. But I don't know.
And finished.
Right.
But it looks. See, we only understand it looks good or it doesn't look good.
Right. So I can tell.
Yeah. If it looks good, we assume that
makeup is done really well. Like you don't look.
Yeah.
Like
now
casket sharp. But you don't look like
you don't look made up. Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay.
I think the other part that we look at is like the matching of the neck and the other stuff. Like if it doesn't go together, then it's like warning. You know what I mean? Something like that.
But wait a minute though, not the neck and the neck. Yeah. I get that because sometimes they're not, so they didn't know how to blend.
Right, it's confusing. Right. You know what I mean?
So then, so that's the makeup. But what about hair? How do you feel about weaves and all of that?
I like weaves. Okay, I like weaves. Now I like weaves that are well done.
Okay.
Now if it's not, but see, it doesn't have to be a weave. I'm just saying I like neat. I like it to look nice.
Right.
So if you're doing a natural look, I just want it to look nice. Right. If it's weaved, then it gotta look nice.
Right.
I hate the in between. You know what I mean? Like
in between, like it's not
in between, like it was nice 3 weeks ago, but now it's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Just like guys, we hate that in between haircut look. You know what I mean? And so,
and I think that might be. It's funny you say that because my grandfather would always say he didn't care if your hair was long, short, or whatever. Just whatever it's supposed to be doing, let it be doing.
Let it do that, right?
And so that's how he always would say the same thing. He just wants it to be whatever it's supposed to be doing. If it's supposed to be short and natural, let it be short and natural.
Absolutely,
but in place.
Because some ladies y'all have a certain type of face where as though a short style looks real good,
right?
And when women who have that type of look have that and it's right, it looks really good. Okay. But some women, vice versa, they gotta have long hair or whatever. You know what I mean? Just as long as it looks good.
All right, but I'm appreciating what young he said. He was like, it's how much pride.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word. That's the word.
Yeah,
that's the word.
I appreciate that because I think that's ultimately when we talk about the price.
Yeah.
It's really you're investing in yourself.
True.
So that's why it's like, all right, if you're either investing in yourself or you're investing in the world looking at you because you're walking the runway every day.
Man, I didn't look at it like that. That's it. Yeah,
you're investing in yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So my last question for you. Because now I just have to. Would you say something?
So who?
As a man, would you say something
to a stranger, to my homeboy? We'd be like, yo, look at that. Everybody do that.
Your girlfriend, someone you want to date with, whether it's a close friend. If a female companion that's in your, would you say something? Like
I have.
So what was that conversation like?
Okay, but see, I'm diplomatic. I'm diplomatic. So
he living.
I'm still living. So I'm diplomatic. So I do have preferences. So I may hint my preference if I feel that it's something that could go over. For instance, if I was dating her, I would not throw her my weave preferences because I don't think that would go over good. I just something about her says that wouldn't go over, right?
She like, no.
Yeah.
You tried it with the pearls. Don't do it.
Like,
Yeah, so I think it depends. You got to know, like, of course, you got to know who you're dealing with,
Right.
and that, you know, I've seen like certain type of attire that I like, maybe want them to do more of this or more of that. So you got ways that you can alert them, and I know y'all got that too. So it's just like ways that I can, you know, bring that I like that.
Right.
And maybe she'll pick up on it. If she doesn't pick up on it, then maybe I'll try to do the hint. You know, y'all have pets. You have a dog or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you have a dog and like they're hungry, they may bring the bowl and kind of like push it over.
Right.
Yeah,
So you try to do
we
that.
do the equivalent to
Right.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you try to hint, so you don't make a whole
Like,
drastic
No.
it's a gift card.
Right.
That salon
You can do that. That's a
Yeah.
good. I like that one. I haven't thought of that.
But see, let me say, everybody don't take the subtlety. Like, you know, like it's like, so what does this mean? So again, it goes back to how they feel about themselves.
Right.
Because if someone feels good about themselves, even if like my husband made a suggestion, like there's been times, but he goes back and forth with my hair as well, me, but he don't care what I do. But I go like, what do you think about this? He's like, whatever you want to do is fine by me.
That's a smart man right there.
Right. But he does like a certain look.
And you know what it is?
I do know what it is. He likes.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I do like it, but he's okay with so it's been he likes my hair short and permed. Okay. That's the look he likes. Or he likes braids, like braids that are like it's off of my face.
What does that mean? Like, we say short and perm. Like, what does that
like
mean?
a Holly, remember Holly Berry?
Oh, that's hot. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like that.
That's
kind
hot.
of look.
Yeah.
He
We
like-
every guy likes that.
Okay.
Yeah, we all like
so
that.
he likes that look. And so, but when I decided to cut my hair, because I just had that look. So I just cut it all off, cut the perm out, and now I'm back to natural again. But he said, oh, it looks really nice. So he doesn't really, like, he'll say, like, I prefer this. And so as his wife, sometimes like I did it because I know he likes that look. But then when I wanted to go back, he was like, okay, well, that's fine too. So I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's,
But he's in love with you, so it doesn't, you know, but
and
you
he respects the fact that you have those different parts of you, so it channels.
and it annoys him to no end, I'm sure.
All right, so I'm
I
going to
think
tell you
it-
something he might be mad at me for.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you.
Uh-oh.
Inside, he's like, can't wait till it comes back around. Can't wait till it comes back around.
You can't wait for the burn to go.
Yes.
And knowing her is not
to
going to be
that
long.
Don't do that.
But you know,
That'll be here tomorrow.
I've dated people who've done what you were just talking about with this, not so much the subtle, but because they know I'm open. So I've dated someone who she really liked women who had the, because I'm natural with my nails and all that kind of stuff. She liked women who had the acrylics and the length because I keep mine sort of short.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I'll try that. So I went, did the thing, and then it ended up being really long. I couldn't button my pants. I couldn't zip stuff. I was like, and I was trying to.
It was a whole production, right?
It was an issue, and I was
Right.
trying to surprise her and be like, "Oh, I got my nail," but I was like, I'm so frustrated because I tried to, do
Right.
all of but I tried it once, and I was like, I'm done. And I also had someone who bought me a bunch of different color lipsticks because I like the makeup
Right.
and do those things. And there were colors that I probably wouldn't have bought on my own because I'm much more of the darks and the reds and the
Right.
whatever. But she gave me a selection of colors, and I like the purple, that matte purple, that I wear them all the time now. So once people, I think if you sort of see that people are open to trying
Right.
different things, right,
That's
and
true.
then you can sort of
That's true.
introduce. Like I wouldn't do weave, but if it was something else like a color or
I can't even see
Oh my
what it
God.
is.
Like, I don't know.
But I mean,
You had weave back in the day, right?
no.
When weave
I
first
had a
came out?
perm.
No. Oh, yeah, perm. Okay.
I had a perm.
But I mean, but then I think then the other thing is that you don't want to try to change. So again, that goes
That's
back
true.
because what if you're, whoever you're seeing wants you to have enhancements? Like I want, hey, can you get a breast lift or can you get this or whatever, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Like how do you feel about that if they want to change you in that way?
I mean, I feel like if it's
That's
something that I wanted to get done and you were like, yeah,
Willing
I'm with
to-
it.
No,
I
I'm not
think
talking about. I'm not
something
talking
you
about.
need
He
done,
said
I
he did
would
the
like to
subtlety
see
like
you
this
with-
and gave you a little flyer and said,
We're going to Atlanta
right,
for a
enhancement.
procedure.
No, that's not cool.
There's a way that you can do that though. So I never thought about it until you just said it. But if I wanted her to get her butt done, I would probably, this would be a process, but I would probably show her some pictures like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Would you ever blah blah blah? And I would probably
I was talking about aha. As soon as you started talking, all on his went.
what? That's what y'all heads did?
everybody was like,
I would. If
how would that
I would.
conversation go? Wow.
How would that? That's
No,
how it
I'm
would
just
go.
saying. That's why we did that because we're like, how would that go?
It would
So
go
quick.
easy.
how is
So
what
how
I'm saying, but
But if
why?
that's not something she's interested
How
in.
how do we know that?
That's what I'm saying. How would you?
Let's
how
role
would
play.
you-
Let's role play. So
Okay, so go ahead.
I'm saying to you,
Let's
we
go
watching
ahead.
TV.
All right.
We
I'm watching
see
TV.
we
Okay.
see stuff.
What
We
you
see
watch?
something on. I'm like,
What you
dang, is that butt too big? What you think? And you would say it's Nicki Minaj butt. So what would
Okay,
you?
it's too big.
Okay, yeah, it's probably too big. Okay, so now we watch TV. Okay,
Flip
so
it.
what's the Sunday show? The Kenya
Which
Moore.
one?
What's that?
Oh, the
Housewives.
Real Housewives.
Right. Okay, so that's on. So what's
Which housewife we at? All right.
the
Kenya?
yes, no, Candy.
Candy.
Okay, so so look at her butt. So what you think about her butt? Like that's too big.
Too big. Like she's borderline.
Okay.
I don't think that's bad though.
You think she got her butt done?
I'm 99% sure she got her butt done.
It looks nice though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Would you do that?
Absolutely not.
Right, so she
As soon as
but
I
you
saw
nipped it in the
thing
bud, so you
started,
I know there's no
I knew
leeway
where
now.
you was
Okay.
going with it,
Right.
and I shut it down in my mind
Immediately,
I'm
right.
okay.
Right,
Because in
right.
my mind, I'm thinking this nigga tried. And I know
So
it's
you
something.
saw
Wait a
it.
minute, but the
She
question
saw it
is, so wait a
coming.
minute, the question is,
That's the
how
same
far into the relationship was this?
Well, I mean, clearly we I don't know how far we was in, but you know, somebody like your husband, obviously, you know, your conversation would have happened a long time ago.
Right.
But you can be in a relationship with somebody and be completely fine with the way they are. But if you see signs that maybe they may tweak something a certain way, now if your answer was I would, but I ain't paying for all that, or I would do a little bit, then now we got some leeway.
Right.
And it might be the chest. I might say, you know, you may say I would want it to be bigger, but not too much bigger, but I wouldn't pay for it. Like if you throw the money part in, then it's just a matter of us getting the money together. Then that changes a lot of things.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not mad at that part.
It's still giving that female, whomever, the
Some
opportunity to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
yes or no. So, and you don't know unless you ask. So,
Yeah, and so like if you
But as
have the
long as
gift,
you ain't
yeah.
bad, like if you are okay and open to the
next
fact that
thing
it
you know,
may
you
not
got
happen.
paper magazine.
Absolutely,
everywhere
but you ain't gonna
Right,
be with her.
right. Like-
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right.
be with the girl if you weren't completely fine with the way she is.
Right.
But if she says I'm gonna go up 2 cup sizes with my, you know, breast, you wouldn't be like, oh my god, this is bullshit.
Right,
like
right.
you know, you'd be like, okay, let's make this work.
Right.
At least I would.
I just think
sitting
that
there like, I got
Right.
you.
as long as you're gonna be here to take care of it.
Right, because that's part of the
That's
cost
the
too.
thing. That's the
what I'm
cost.
saying.
Because there is
pain
a
and
process
suffering.
of that.
Yeah.
There's
Pain
money
and
and
suffering.
Cost.
That's true.
Literally.
Well,
Yeah.
I also like. I think I'm okay with. I think enhancements are good and fine. I don't have an issue with that. My only issue is then when people act like they haven't had it done. You know what I mean? And so that's my only thing. Like I feel like if you've done it, own it. Let it be. Stop acting like you on Instagram
Right.
talking about something. I'm in the gym, girl, working out, and I'm like, stop, because I know you had it done.
And the problem that I have with a lot of the enhancements is that we all start to end up looking the same.
Right.
And that's the problem that I have with it. Like if I'm on, you know, like how we used to be obsessed with the different fitness pages and things like that or whatever. And it's just like at some point we're all looking like we all get the small waist, the big butt.
Right.
It's like really? Like
Right.
do we
Can
like,
we
why
just
did
have
everybody
something
do it?
Everybody on reality shows has the same
look.
butt. They all have the
And then
same
the
butt.
boobs
Like they
and the
all
thing
look
like
the
it's
same
like
butt.
can't we just
Right.
have our own
Just
like
a little
just look
different,
yourself.
right? Yeah.
Just look yourself.
And I'm not saying so you can enhance,
but you can enhance
figure
without the
out-
surgery.
right.
Like I love a good push-up bra.
right.
I
But I'm
love
just
a
saying,
good
and I
push-up
think that,
bra.
and then you're right. There's other ways to do it, and so why can't? Like, I wish these doctors figure out some other bodies. Like, give me
Right.
something else. Like, do we all have to look like Nicki Minaj? Like, can there be some sort of variation? Can I just get a little bit, like a little hump, a little like now flat? I'm all for
But you're
flat. But I'm saying like something with, but it's not doesn't have to be so pronounced.
Right.
But I think.
So how did we get there? That it became that?
But you know what somebody
we had
said?
that
But guess how they
pronounced, particularly for us.
But
We always had.
I'm getting ready to tell you because I heard that it was identified as the Kardashian effect, and I'm saying these bitches ain't had no butts before. Like she might have had a little something, but not.
She did.
Okay, so there you go. So my thing is, why is that called Kardashian when it's always
That's what I'm
been
saying. We've always
Well,
had.
the
Black
same reason
women.
they take the name of everything. Like,
and her cornbread?
like you have the faux locks, but if you look at pictures now when people doing the yarn and the faux locks or whatever, it's white women all over the magazines that's embracing the lock style, and it's now a new trend, and it's a new look. Like we
Right, I know we've been
Yeah,
doing that.
the
So
lips.
that's I think that, but I think it's fine.
I think what it was is a lot of black women aren't shaped like that. We do have a lot of black
We have
women who
variation,
have
right.
flat butts and small boobs. And when we realized that the Kim Kardashians could invest some money into looking like what our other sisters look like, It was like, well, absolutely. Like, why shouldn't I?
And I think it's if you're doing it for you, or even for if you're doing it for your man. I mean, like Diamond K saying he like, hey, I'm with it if you want to do it. I think that's totally fine. I don't think it's anything wrong with it. All I'm saying is let's just own who we are as individuals, and if that's your journey of getting something done, then I say go for it. I'm just saying, why do we have? And let me tell you why I'm saying this about owning it is because what I do see is also when I have a 20-year-old daughter and she thinks this is identified as only what's beautiful, then I have a problem.
Right.
Because then if she goes on Instagram and she goes on Facebook, well, she ain't on Facebook, Snapchat, whatever, and everybody flossing, looking like this, and they got this body, I've been doing this, and if you're working out, by all means. But I'm saying,
and got a job.
What they're looking at, she has no money.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have a job.
Like she want her eyebrows done. And I'm like, wait a minute now. I'm out here trying to live my best life. We can't both live our best life. You 20 with no money.
You can't live your best life.
She won't let me. I can't. She won't let me. So that's what I'm saying. Like we have to be realistic about for our young people of what it means to be and have this cost of beauty. Right. Like you had, like back when I was young, your hair, my friend did my hair. Or I had to do my hair. I wasn't at the salon, walking down the street with a long weave. And I'm like, no, like my mother's like, I don't have it. Yeah. Like you barely got to pay attention. She's like, so I'm just saying, like, it's not realistic for our young people.
Yeah. Right.
So, but anyway, so we get ready to wrap up, ladies. I think
cousin, hey Tanya.
I think we covered a lot. We covered a lot. We did. Yeah. And so we want to thank all of our Facebook Live people. People really came out tonight. They pushed through. Yes.
Hey friends.
Hey
folks on the side of shade.
They had a lot of ladies saying a lot of things.
Oh, what
some of the things I did not actually understand what they meant, but
you don't know what they're saying. Well, they knew. We probably knew.
Yeah, they understood what y'all was saying, but I didn't understand what they were saying.
So
most of what y'all was saying.
No, but a lot of people were saying they like what you were saying.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was being honest. Thank you.
They appreciate it.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yep. There you go.
Honest in my ignorance.
But every like I said, we here every other Wednesday, and we want to make sure you follow us on the Side of Shade. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and then you can also follow us on our own pages as well.
Yes.
Where are you at?
Where am I?
Oh gosh.
My Instagram is Christianized.
Wow.
But yeah, you can also follow me on my business page, Uniquely Express, where I do makeup, skincare, and full body waxing.
Oh, thank you, babe.
Oh,
that's my husband.
You can follow me at the Foodie Therapist.
Well done.
Oh, I know that was for her, but I'm gonna take it for us. Thanks, Pat.
Wow. And so I'm on Instagram. I'm at The Dramatic One, and then I'm on Facebook too. It's just Krishna.
Yeah, I'm on IG at the Foodie Therapist.
Right. So hopefully you all will follow us, and we hope to see you all not next week, but the week after.
Yes, share, tell your friends too. Give us feedback.
Send us some messages. Let us know.
Share the video.
Some topics you want us to touch on.
Tell folks we're awesome and amazing.
Right. We are awesome and amazing.
We're awesome and amazing.
You're looking good with your jacket.
Thank you.
Yes.
I had to give him a little different look this week.
Right.
Last week it was the professor.
It was a professor last week.
Professor therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next time you gotta bring food in.
But what's the title for the day?
Vicky After 5.
Vicky After 5.
Ooh, okay.
That's Vicky After 5.
You almost slapped me in my face.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm all for a high five, but goodness, I don't want to be in the middle of it. All right.
Good night,
anyway, good night, y'all. See you next time.